Good afternoon again. And so, as mentioned in the last video, I picked up the BMW hard cases for the 1200RS, the same ones for the 1200R. So I'll just do a quick walk around the video and then I'll talk about the options for getting your grubby mitts on them and getting them fitted and keyed and that sort of thing. Cheers. Alright, first things first, there's the bike with all the boxes on it. They don't actually add much to the width of the bike if you consider the cylinder heads there, maybe 6 inches, so I didn't feel any different trying to filter or anything with them on. I've had a top box since I bought the bike, so that's seen a bit of wear, but these other things are brand spanking new. Right, so the top box works pretty much exactly like any other top box. Turn your key, push it in, open it up. That's the inner liner. I'll do those separately. If you want to take the top box off, you just switch it that way, handle comes out and it just pulls off like that. So that's handy enough, and then it gets covered in gick. And then that's it, back on solid again. The side boxes, so they key with the bike as well. You can release those by turning like so and then pulling up the thing, and then they just come off. And so they go onto that sort of bar and then into this kind of pluggy thing. And so they go on and off, handy enough. Just stick it on the bar and push that in and you're all set. And then push it back around. So that's them in the locked position. So that aways. These ones are unlocked. Open them up, also handy enough. Switch it that way. Pull up this grey tab here and then pull it out. And I've got the inner liners in there. So that's all fairly straightforward. That's like your normal way that these kind of things work. I'll pull that thing out as well. So if you wanted to get just the hard liners, they probably take a reasonable amount of gear. There's some straps in here to keep your stuff in place. The build quality seems fine. I mean, I haven't abused them just yet, but they have a retainer there so it doesn't flap around all over the shop. You have your straps inside to keep whatever you have in there. I have put my helmet in here just about. The left pannier is a little bit bigger than the right pannier because it doesn't have to account for the end can. So I just about fit my helmet, which is an XL Shoei Neotech, so it's a huge helmet. So it goes in there, so you'll get a lid in here, no bother at all. Semi kind of waterproof. I wouldn't really be relying on it to be completely watertight if you're going along in the pissings of rain. Things I have noticed so far is the handle here has a weird, if you can see it there, you pull it up and it sort of has a weird elasticated thing on it, and that looks flimsy as fuck. I would probably avoid carrying this thing around if it was fully loaded. I don't know how much they say you should put into it. There's like a maximum. So yeah, 10 kilograms. So a Ryanair bag at 180 kmh, which I'm not going to be doing. But 10 kilograms sounds about right. I wouldn't be putting much more than 10 kilograms of weight onto that. And so we'll open up the other side. The other one's a bit smaller because you have to account for the end can. And that's already open, so we'll just open it up. And the bag is pretty much the same except reversed. So I will lock that up. And there we go. There's the arse of the bike. Again, doesn't you find the wind kind of catches it a little bit, but not a massive amount. It's pretty manageable. So cool beans. Now I'll have a quick look at one of the side cases. They're both essentially the same, and then the top box case, which I also got. So side case has carry handle on the top here. This is a molded sort of part that fits it pretty much exactly to the inside of the hard case, and the outer bit has a bit of give in it. Two sort of D-rings here. There's a strap inside, which I will get to right now this second. Zip is a waterproof-ish zip. I've seen better and I've seen worse when it comes to waterproof zips, but there you go. It's got a nice little pocket here, which you can put your business into. This bit here is pretty nice because it's not quite dry sack. it's like you can tie that up so that it's pulled across here, and there's a little bit more water resistance to it, and it keeps your shit in. If you have a load of clothes to put into it, there's your carry strap if you feel like shouldering it. It's got 4 little red yoke bobs here, which I'm going to assume are for retaining this back. If you don't want to use this sort of cover, you can just retain it back to the 4 corners and have it as open as you like. Self-explanatory. You probably fit a decent number of changes of clothes and, you know, all sorts of crap in there. But yeah, that's the side case. Probably what I'll end up doing is that I will take the side cases off when I'm going in to, you know, stay wherever I'm staying, and leave the hard cases sitting there on the bike, maybe even unlocked, so if somebody feels like robbing stuff, that they don't break the things open. But yeah, fits pretty much exactly as it's supposed to, and pretty nice. As for the top box case, it's fairly decent. It comes out as well. It doesn't fill up the entirety of the top box, although if it was full of shite, it probably would. It's got a nice little yoke bob on the top. There's my GoPro, my shopping bag, and my beacon lighty thing that I got in Lidl. And then the main compartment is quite similar to the other bags. It doesn't have the sort of pulley over drawstringy bit. I just have my waterproofs in here. So it's a fairly, you know, generic run-of-the-mill bag. There's some D-rings sort of cleverly hidden under some flaps there, and it comes with a little strap in here as well. So that is the bag. It is not the science of which rockets are made. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It seems to be less kind of waterproofy than the other 2 bags. They're not making as much of an effort, generally because top boxes would probably leak a lot less or be more waterproof because the rain's coming down on them rather than coming down on the seam. Anyway, that's the job. Those are the boxes on the bike. That is a decent look at the R1200R and R1200RS Motorrad boxes. So hopefully that's been of assistance. Cheers. So as far as picking this luggage up is concerned, there's a couple of ways you can go about it. Obviously, you go the dealer route. You can just drop it into your local BMW Motorrad thingamajig and say, all the bits please. That's the most expensive and least hassle route, I suppose. Or it's a bit of hassle, I suppose. Anyway, you can do that. You can also get the stuff online. Now you have 2 options online. You can get, handy enough, you can just go buy the boxes with their own keys. It's a separate kit, and that's handy enough, except you're stuck with a different key for the boxes than for the bike. Some people might prefer that, some people mightn't. It's all much of a muchness. You can also get the kit for keying it to your bike. Now that's not an officially supported thing by BMW. Like, they don't, I don't know if they like you doing that, but they don't put out instructions on how to do it, probably because they want you going into the dealer. So there are plenty of YouTube videos out there on how to do it. It's a fairly straightforward thing. It's a bit fiddly, but you can do it yourself if you really want to. That was kind of the route I was going to go, and eventually it transpired that I had to bring the bike in for its pre-warranty ending service, and they fixed a few things on the bike for nothing. So I said, "Feck it, I'll get it off them." You know, they've saved me a couple of bob with the warranty service. I know that doesn't make sense in some people's heads, but there you go. So I got the outer boxes off of the dealer and got them keyed, and you can't put a price on hassle. The inner boxes are a different story. They're just more expensive from a dealer than online. You can buy them from a dealer, alright. In my case in Ireland, I got quoted from the dealer for putting the inner liners in as well, and they wanted, like, I think it was 90 plus VAT and then 50 plus VAT for the side boxes and top box liners. And then I looked online and found them for, you know, 200 quid shipped for all 3 of them. So I did that because it just makes sense. It's a bag. it goes inside of the box, not beside so which boxes are made. So there you go, there's the lowdown on the skinny on the BMW Luggage for the 1200RS and how to pick it up if you're so inclined. Cheers, talk again.